What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. I've got a quick video for you today. I'm going to be unboxing my Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale. Just got it in the mail. Actually, it's been here for a few days. Haven't had a chance to record, but I'm going to open it up for you. I've actually got two packages to open. You can see there's the Vinegar Syndrome tape right there on the side. This one is my order that I made right here on the channel in the middle of a live stream. We live streamed. John was with me. We both made orders on camera. Very stressful. Go back and watch that if you missed it. And then this was sent to me by a subscriber who also sent it to me that same night of the last night of the sale while we were doing that live stream. That's from Sean, SLC2466, I believe is his name. Thank you so much, Sean. I'll be opening that in just a minute, but we're gonna start with my package here, which I'm excited to get open. I got some Vincent stuff, actually a lot of partner label stuff. So if you're into some partner labels, stay tuned because we got a lot of partner labels. And that's the first one here right on top. And this is the one I know the least about because this was a recommendation. That was what was kind of cool about doing it live was I had all the subscribers right there and they could recommend cool things that I hadn't heard of. This is my first decanalog. I don't even know how to say the name of the label. Is it decanalog? I don't know how to say it, but this is spine number 1 for that label, which is pretty cool. I like to keep up with the smaller labels. And this is called Keep an Eye Out. And like I said, I have absolutely nothing about it, but it was recommended in the comments by, I think, Patrick Craig, who I take his opinion very seriously because he has recommended some really great movies in the past, and we have similar tastes. He's also a big Deaf Crocodile guy. And yeah, this is a French film with English subtitles. In Keep an Eye Out, a breakneck paced cop comedy that packs more laughs into its breezy runtime than some filmmakers manage in their entire careers. There we go. It's a comedy, a buddy cop comedy. And it's supposed to be very strange, as you can see right by the front. Interesting sense of humor. I am looking forward to it. It's maybe the most boring, basic slipcover I've ever seen from Vinegar Syndrome. It's just the dude on the front with his eye photoshopped out, and the back is completely plain with just the title. So this was also very cheap, was another reason I grabbed it, because I think it was like 10 bucks maybe? Like, it was very cheap, 10 or $11. So that was my first one that I grabbed. And the next one we have was a last minute edition. I threw this in at the very last minute. I'd seen this before a couple times, but it was also very, very cheap. These two are very cheap. I think the next one was also very cheap. It's Reefer Madness, the movie musical. If you don't know, Reefer Madness is an exploitation film, an American exploitation film from the 30s. I think it's 1938, 39. It actually has a Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. It's part of their Forbidden Fruits line, which is all of these old classic exploitation films. It's basically just preaching to the choir, like yelling at teenagers about the evils of marijuana. It's probably a really fun watch now, like looking back on it. I actually think I want to pick up that Kino Lorber Blu-ray so that we can do like a double feature with watching that and then going right into this. This is kind of poking fun at that, kind of a parody of that, because that's a joke now in its own way. And this is surprisingly interesting. It's got Kristen Bell in it, I think. What year is this? Let me make sure I find that. 2005. Super recent. Like, obviously I wasn't watching movies like this in 2005. I was still pretty young, but had no idea. Never heard about this. It's a musical. Obviously, it's going to be very silly and goofy, but I've actually heard in the live stream that night, some people like it. Some people think it's pretty good, and I was just surprised that Kristen Bell was in something like this. Don't know if that'll land for me or not. Parody can be weird sometimes. I don't know if the comedy is going to work for me, so I'll give it a chance. Maybe do a double feature, and if I don't like it, maybe I'll pass it on, sell it to someone else. But I thought it would be fun. Be a fun movie night to have some people over. The rest of them are here in this bubble wrap. We'll go ahead and open this. This one was interesting to me. I almost got this back for subscriber week in that sale, but it's Hotel. Hotel. This is a Film Movement spine number 1. Another spine number 1. Didn't even mean to do that. This is actually Dark Star. I didn't mention what label that was. Another partner label. This is a film by Jessica Hausner. And I watched the trailer for this one. I read the description. This one really sold me. I like me a good slow burn horror movie that's kind of a metaphor movie. This is, I believe, a woman who takes a job at the front desk for a hotel. And she slowly starts to find out there's this mystery of the girl who previously had the job and how she disappeared. And everyone's really like shifty-eyed and suspicious about it. So she's trying to get more information, and then I don't know if it's going to be for everybody. It's a very slow, like atmospheric horror movie from what I can get from the trailer and the description. So I don't think there's a lot of like action or chase scenes. It's not that kind of horror movie. It's just kind of creepy and unsettling and very atmospheric, and the trailer looked like it was shot really, really well. So I was interested in that one. That's Hotel. It's another one that was marked down pretty cheap, and I'm kind of glad I waited because I got it cheaper than I would have if I bought it back on subscriber week. But that's a really nice looking release, and I'll watch that later on this year. I'll slip that in my Spooktober watch list this year. Then we got some big ones here. Two big ones. First of all, this sounds bananas. This sounds absolutely crazy. I first heard about this. This is the films of Doris Wishman. And there's 3 sets. This is, I believe, the second set. Do they have volume numbers? I don't even know if they have volume numbers. I think this is the second one. But there's 3 different ones. This is the Moonlight years. And this was the one, someone in the comments on that live stream recommended this one as the best of the 3. I'd like to get all 3 at some point if I like this one. But Doris Wishman she made kind of like exploitation films, very low budget stuff. I actually first heard about this on the Criterion Channel. Criterion Channel had a collection of her films. I think Nude on the Moon was the biggest one they had. I was kind of interested because it had like spacemen on the front. It looked kind of like a trip to the moon, like a throwback to that, which is one of my favorite silent films back from Georges Méliès. I was interested because it was like a sci-fi thing. I'm big into like genre stuff. And it was weird that it was on Criterion Channel. I was kind of surprised to see it on there. So maybe they're pretty good. Maybe they're pretty fun and experimental and interesting. So I thought I'd give it a try. I don't know. I like weird sci-fi genre films, Barbarella or like Flash Gordon, that kind of stuff. This is a lot more low budget than that, so I don't know if I'm going to love it or not. I'm going to give it a try. I like weird stuff sometimes. This is a collaboration between Something Weird and AGFA, American Genre Film Institute. Is that what AGFA stands for? I don't have too many AGFA titles, but this is a beautiful release. It's got like a nice hard box here. It lists all the films right there on the back, and then it has a slipcover inside. On top of that, you get this Doris Wishman slipcover, and underneath, you got the release itself with all the films in there. It's a 3-disc set. No idea what to expect with this. Hopefully they're fun and silly. Again, kind of like Reefer Madness, might be fun to watch with a group. I don't imagine like watching this by myself would be very fun, but you know, couple friends over, have some drinks, maybe watch it with Grace, and there we go. The films of Doris Wishman, the Moonlight years. And the last one in this box is the big one. This is the one everyone was talking about. I saw this a few weeks ago when they were having the pop-up here in town. Didn't grab it, but it was super cheap in this sale. Not as cheap as that stuff, relatively cheap. This is a Paramount, the Tenant release. This is Vincent 482. It's an actual Vincent proper release. I don't have very many Vincent proper releases. I mostly get the partner labels. But this is a Roman Polanski film. The Tenant, everybody knows about this one. They did this really crazy packaging on this one where it has magnets in there and it opens up. I'm very nervous that I'm gonna break that at some point because they're very fragile, but there we go, I'll just get the stuff out. It does have a ribbon in there, so you can just pull the stuff out, which is kind of nice. There's also artwork on the inside. And then here is the booklet. You get a little booklet in there. Don't know if I'll be able to show you all that, but it's designed pretty well. Got some essays in there about the film. There we go. And then you get your Vincent slipcover. And of course, you got the 4K underneath. I didn't even mention, this is a 4K release from Vinegar Syndrome. Brand new one. This is like a mystery, thriller, suspense kind of film. The reason I'm actually most interested in it is because it's based on a novel by Roland Topor, who's a French artist who I know mostly from his work on Fantastic Planet, the French animated film that's in the Criterion Collection. I was on a podcast last year for Fantastic Planet, so I did a little bit of research into it. I watched all the supplements on the Criterion Blu-ray, and they had a lot of stuff about Roland Topor. Fascinating guy. He started an artistic movement with Alejandro Jodorowsky, who's another director, and he's a really interesting art style, but he was also an author, and he wrote the book that this is based on, a French novel. Polanski's adapting that novel here, and he's also starring as the main character. It's about a guy who moves into town and is looking for a place to live, and the tenant before him was this woman who attempted suicide, and I don't know. I don't want to give too much away. I don't even know. I haven't seen it yet, but just from reading the back, I think it does. It gives a lot away. So I don't want to say too much, but he starts uncovering things. He starts figuring things out. Might not be what it seems on the surface. So it seems like it's going to be interesting. I like a good mystery film. That's what I grabbed in that crazy live stream a few weeks ago. And now I'm going to open up this one. We'll go ahead and open this one too on camera. Again, thank you, Sean, for sending me a little. Oh, he got some stuff in his. He got some stuff in his that I did not get. He got a little sticker. Is that a sticker or a tattoo? Vinegar syndrome. And then a business card. So there we go. That's what came in his package. And he got me two things as well. And look at this. It is another of the Doris Wishman sets. So this is the Twilight years. He did let me know this was coming over. So I've got two of these now. There's one more. I think there's a green one, which has different films. And I think the green one actually has the sci-fi Nude on the Moon film that I was interested in. So I have the two that don't even have that film. So I'll have to get the third one eventually if I enjoy these. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. You see those circles right there? I had no idea what those are, but I now know that they're magnets. I've never seen anything like this. Such a weird addition to a box set. So if I get the third one, pop that one in there. I don't know why they did that, but it's kind of fun. They snap together. The Twilight years is right here. AGFA spine number 38. There is the slipcover, very nice. And then inside, there we go. 3 more discs of her films. I think it's crazy that they did such a special treatment for this very small, little-known, underground filmmaker that a lot of people apparently like. So much so that Criterion, got the rights to it on their streaming service. I think that's pretty cool. Very interesting little niche corner of film history. There's the films on the back. Nope, I already showed you that. There's the films on the back of the Twilight years one. I think Sean said he sent this to me because it was almost out of print. It was very low. It was showing just a few left. So thank you so much, Sean. And the other one he sent me was 5-card stud, which is another one I've heard a bunch about here on YouTube from other collectors, other channels, and people here in the comments section. It stars Dean Martin and Robert Mitchum, and it's a Western. It's a Western film, but it's kind of a unique Western film because it's kind of a horror movie. It's like a slasher film. I'm sure it's not like super violent or gory or anything. It was in 1968, but it kind of follows the slasher formula. So it starts with a poker game. One of the characters, I think, gets accused of cheating and he's hung immediately without like a trial or anything. And then the rest of the film is somebody, we don't know who, going around and hunting down and taking out every other player that was involved in that poker game, dealing out some justice. I'm sure it's a mystery. I'm sure we don't know who the killer is until the very end. So that seems kind of fun. I've been getting a lot more into Westerns lately. I haven't seen a Western horror film yet. So I was interested in 5-card stud. Like I said, I heard people mention it. It sounded interesting. It's a VSL number 8. I don't think I have any of those yet. So that's my first in that line. Very happy to have it. Thanks so much, Sean, for sending those two my way. That's everything I got in the sale. Hopefully you enjoyed me going through those. Hopefully I'll have more time to talk about these later on after I've had a chance to see them. All blind buys for me this time. That's everything I got in the sale. Hope you had a good halfway to Black Friday sale trip as well. I went a little bit lighter this year. I didn't go crazy like I did last year. Just a few things, a few cheaper things that I've been eyeing for a while. Go ahead and let me know what you picked up in the comments below. I'll talk to you down there as always. Hit subscribe if you like physical media, especially if you like in-store hunting videos. We're gonna be pumping out a bunch of those this month like we always do for the 50% off Criterion sale. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again real soon, but until then, keep collecting.